Once upon a time, in a small African village, there stood a small modest shop owned by a man named Kamau. Kamau was known throughout the village for his cunning nature. He was always eager to make a profit at any cost. He sold everything from grains to spices, but his most popular item was his freshly baked bread, which drew customers from far and wide. Among Kamau's regular customers was a poor widow named Syombua. Life had not been kind to her. She had lost her husband to illness, leaving her with young children to care for. They lived in a humble hut where their only source of income was the cow they owned. The cow provided them with milk, which the widow would sell in the village. She also skillfully made butter from the milk to sell at the market. The widow's children loved bread, and whenever she could, she bought some from the local shopkeeper. She would also sometimes sell her butter to the same shopkeeper. It was a fair exchange. She bought a kilogram of bread and sold him a kilogram of butter. It was a simple arrangement that lasted for years. That is, until trouble brewed when one day Kamau grew suspicious. He decided to weigh the butter Syombua had brought him, only to find out that it was less than a kilogram. Kamau angrily accused the widow of selling him less butter than she claimed. He also accused her of being dishonest and demanded compensation for all the years he believed he had been shortchanged. The poor widow was devastated. She tried to explain that she always made sure to give the right amount of butter, but the shopkeeper wouldn't listen to her. He dragged her to the village court where the village elder who served as judge would decide their fate. In the court, the shopkeeper presented his case. He painted the widow as a cunning woman who had cheated him for years. When it was her turn to speak, the widow calmly explained her side of the story. She confessed that she couldn't afford a modern weighing machine like the shopkeeper had. However, she had an old scale that she used diligently. She explained to the judge that she used the bread she bought from the shopkeeper to weigh her butter. If the bread was a kg, then her butter measurement was accurate too, she argued. The court fell silent. The judge pondered over this revelation. He asked the widow to bring her scale and demonstrate her method. Sure enough, the butter weighed exactly as it should. The judge then ordered Kamau's scale to be examined. Lo and behold, it was discovered that the scale had been tampered with. It consistently underweighted the goods it measured. It then became clear that the shopkeeper's scales were faulty all along, not the widow's butter. Realization dawned upon the villagers as they witnessed the deceit of the once respected shopkeeper. Kamau's face contorted with shame. He realized his scheme had been exposed. In the end, the judge ruled in favor of the widow, condemning the shopkeeper for his dishonesty. The widow left the court with her head held high, happy that justice had prevailed. As for Kamau, most of his customers deserted his shop. He had lost their trust. Eventually, he moved away from the village, never to be seen ever again.